Yes, you are at NAB 2022 and you are in the Sony booth. And what we have here is one of our smartphones attached to one of our alpha cameras, but I hesitate to call it a smartphone because it's not only a smartphone, it is also a 4K HDR external monitor with built-in 5G for incredibly fast live streaming. So all you need is the camera, this phone with an HDMI input, signal goes right out of the camera, right into here, and then upstream to whoever wants to see it.
I see 60 frames per second, so it, as far as capturing from the device itself, what kind of frame rates does this phone have?
This will go up to 60 frames per second at full 4K.
Great, and what is the name of this model?
This is the Xperia Pro smartphone.
And can I see the other side of the phone?
Of course.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Sony. Can you tell us what about this product here?
Yes. So we're looking at the Xperia Pro I. Different from the Pro, this one doesn't have 5G millimeter wave antennas. It does have 5G sub-6, so it's a little bit faster than 4G, but not quite as fast as the Xperia Pro. The big thing about the Pro I is that the main camera right here that you see is actually a 1-inch image sensor packed into a very slim Xperia smartphone. So unlike any other smartphone. And right now we're utilizing it over USB-C with the Alpha 7 Mark IV, which has USB streaming capabilities. And we can actually take that feed and then use the Pro I as an external monitor as well.
Okay, great. And can you tell me what kind, in videography, what kind of frame rates and resolution this phone supports?
Yeah, so the smartphone itself has a couple of different video recording applications. One is Cinema Pro for cinematography, where you're going to be setting up a set and then doing multiple takes. Then there's also Videography Pro for kind of one-time video shooting. In both of those modes, you can actually shoot up to 4K at up the frame rates up to 30 frames per second, and 422 and 10-bit. So yeah, lots of good quality.
And I thought that this one did 4K at 120.
I'm sorry, yes, you can shoot 4K 120. However, in the Cinematography Pro mode, what it will do is it will render that as a 60 frame after the capture. So you'll record at 120, but then when you play back the clip, it'll play back at 60 frames.
So at 50% speed.
That's correct, yes. Yeah, so we've actually got 3 different lenses on the back side of the phone, a 16 millimeter wide, a 50 millimeter tele, but the big highlight is the 24 millimeter primary camera, which is a 1-inch back illuminated CMOS sensor. So we've got really big pixels for really great low light capability. And that particular camera also has variable aperture as well, so it has an f2 or f4 setting. There's also another little sensor here, which is a 3D, what we call ITOF, or time of flight sensor. So really great for autofocusing, especially, again, in those low light situations.
Okay, and then the port, this has an HDMI port out, correct?
This one doesn't have an HDMI port like the Xperia Pro does. The Pro I has a USB-C port on the bottom, so you could use a USB-C to HDMI adapter on that.
All right, thank you very much.